Greetings everybody and to your channel and your viewers. In fact, the stance of Smotrich is not something new. He always believes that signing a peace agreement with Hamas is a major mistake, and he always, for that matter, attempts over and over again to exclude the potentiality for a peace agreement with Hamas, and he always thinks that it is more viable to operationalize the military solutions. In fact, it's very obvious that he doesn't want to get the Israeli settlers outside of the Gaza Strip. And in fact, there is a veto backing up the practices of Smotrich. And there are other parties inside of the extremist coalition government that are actually backing up his stances as well. Smotrich over and over again that he doesn't want to or that he considers the Israeli prisoners of the hostages. He doesn't want to release the hostages because they are convicted of murdering Israelis. And so the proposition of releasing Palestinians has to do more with the release of them outside of the Palestinian territories. And in addition to that, there is a veto backing up what Netanyahu is doing. Netanyahu, in fact, wants to release as
Let me ask you, Dr.
Israeli
Hadad, may I ask you, what are the underlying political, military, and territorial strategies might the Israeli Defense Minister Katz's statement about controlling Gaza, like the West Bank, reflect? And how could it influence Israel's long-term policy towards Gaza and the broader Palestinian territories?
In fact, there is, of course, a strategy in Israel, which is the strategy of annexation of the West Bank, in addition to the annexation of the Gaza Strip. In fact, what Israel is doing right now, specifically in the Palestinian territories, is, the positioning of perpetual colonization. The Israelis want to recolonize the Gaza Strip, just as what's happening right now in the West Bank. In fact, there are military bases right now in the settlements, and the Israelis want to establish new bases in the Gaza Strip in order to further their colonizing positioning. And right now we see the A cities in the West Bank that are ruled by the Palestinian government. And in fact, what Israel wants is to control those as well. And this, in fact, negatively impacts the Palestinian reality and is going to hinder all attempts to reach a two-state resolution. And in fact, Israel wants to cancel out even the notion of a Palestinian state. And there is a lot of resistance inside Israel towards the establishment of a Palestinian independent viable state. And for that matter, they keep on advancing their annexation practices, and it is projected that the Israelis are going to silently displace their populations into different A cities inside of Palestine. And even if
let me, Dr. Hadad, move on to let me ask you, in the light of the escalating military actions and rising tensions, what are the broader implications for the prospects of a ceasefire or maybe a sustainable political resolution in Gaza? And what role can international actors play in influencing these outcomes?
there is more than one front that is trying to reach an agreement or even a humanitarian 45-day truce or respite. In fact, we have the American administration represented by Biden and President-elect Donald Trump. Trump, in fact, before he comes to power officially on the 20th of January, he wants to sign or reach even a partial agreement. As well, we have Egypt, Qatar, and all neighboring countries. They are all mobilizing their efforts in order to terminate and halt the war in Palestine. But still, there are some challenges looming in the horizon. However, there are some positive indicators regarding reaching a truce or a respite. For instance, the number of Israeli hostages released by Palestine, but we don't know about the Palestinian hostages that have recently been detained, whether they are going to be released as well.